Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the hopeful elect of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indian, and Haitians, that give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah, Wadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well, who teach well, and a sincere salutation to all the Akim, pushing the truth and believing the truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world, waking up the hopefully elect. Shalom to the Akwaf who are listening and learning, the few sisters who are listening and learning. I'm Isaiah, coming at you another lesson in truth, facts, faith, and edification. Another daily edification. Lord, wouldn't it be edifying? And this is, she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. And I did a lesson on this a while back, trying to hold back, man, but it don't make no sense, man. Okay, we know about order. All women, every woman it don't matter who it is, what side of the track she come from. Every woman know about order and this truth, man. But that just show you the hard-headedness of women, man. And 2/3 of men too. It doesn't matter. But you women, listen, man. It's simple, man. It's a simple thing. That show you how much these GMO foods have destroyed you women, man, and men. But this is about the women right now. These GMO foods is destroying your mind, man. Hey, I was watching this doctor. It was last year. He said a woman doesn't develop over 18 years old, man, in the mind. A woman does not develop over 18 years old, man. This is it's crazy, man. And this is not to the ones that the hopefully let women. This is to these 2/3 bug outs, man. So if the shoe don't fit, don't wear it. Okay? Don't try to put it on. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 3. And it reads, but I will have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Hamashiach is power. Okay? Listen, man. This is an order. It's an order. It's simple. It ain't rocket science. It's simple, man. Now, Apostle Rumlaw, the chick was saying that the men went off. No, it's simple. This ain't rocket science, man. The woman went off. Okay. Now Adam was charged for it because your women's supposed to stay in order. And I always use this analogy, right? If you go into a store, if you go into a shopping mall with your woman, let's say you got a little change, you got money. If you go into a shopping mall, the man might say, "Oh, I see some." He might see some shoes he like, right? It's just analogy. He walked to the Foot Locker or Finish Line, whatever shoe store it is. If he's there too long looking at shoes, what the woman gonna say? Oh, I seen a store over here with some dresses, or I'm gonna walk over here, right? So when you use that analogy, thinking about Adam in the garden, right? What happened with Eve? She wandered off, right? And Satan got to her, man. However the situation played out, however it happened, she wandered off and Satan got to her. If you in a mall with your girl, your wife, whatever, your real, your significant other, whatever, and you looking at something, what the normal woman gonna do? They're gonna walk off and say, I'm gonna go over here, let me go check this out while you checking this out. Right? That's what they do. They wander off, man. Then you look up, and if you don't see it, what you gonna do? You gonna get your phone and call. You gonna say, "Hey, where you at?" She gonna say, "Oh, I went down here. I'm down here 2, 3 stores down." They don't supposed to do that, man. Okay, that's what happened with Eve, man. She wandered off, right? That's out of order, man. This is 1 Corinthians 11:3 again. But I will have you know that the head of every man is a Mashiach, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Hamashiach is power, right? Verse 8. For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man. Okay? Listen, man. It's an order. It's simple. It ain't rocket science. And if you jumping outside of that, then you're going off. And that's going to be between you and the Lord, how your judgment come. Okay? Women coming on the apostle elder coming board and the other elders and the other brothers that's doing the work faithfully, diligently, you're going off. And the Lord going to judge you for that. Okay? Every idle word, everybody got to pay for that, man. Okay? As the scriptures say, we must all appear before the judgment seat of the Lord, man. Whether good or bad, man. You got to appear for the judgment seat of the Lord. And every idle word you have spoken, you got to give account for that, man. Okay? This is it's an order, man. Yahweh Shai, the man, the woman, children. It's a order, man. This is Genesis chapter 3 and verse, I'm gonna read 13. And the Lord said unto the woman, What is this thou hast done? And the woman said, The serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. He didn't beguile Eve. I mean, he didn't beguile Adam. He beguiled Eve, man. Okay? And again, Genesis 3 and 13. And the Lord said unto the woman, What is this that thou hast done? And the woman said, The serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. He tricked me. He deceived me. He got me. Okay? Verse 16. You know the story. Read 14. I'm just going to read it. And the Lord said unto the serpent, Because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle and above every beast of the field. Who are the cursed on earth today? The wicked. Okay? And above every beast of the field upon thy belly shall thou go. Meaning they're going to be the lowest of the low, the basest of men. And thus shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. Meaning confusion. Right? What is Babylon the Great? Total confusion here, man. Right? Verse 15, and I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. And this is talking about Israel. This is talking about Israelites and Edomites. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. Right? Verse 16 is the point. Unto the woman, Yahweh said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. That's an order, man. That's an order. And I just read to you, Paul said the same thing, man. Again, 1 Corinthians 11:3. But I will have you know that the head of every man is a Mashiach, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Hamashiach is power. Verse 8. For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man. What does woman mean? Help. What does woman, wife mean, man? Help meet. Okay, servant. Female servant, man. Go look it up. You supposed to be submissive, man, on every level. Let's keep going. And the woman that Apostle Ramlah was doing the comment on, she said it was Adam, but the scriptures say it was Eve. Let's read. This is 1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 11. And it reads, Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. Verse 12, But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. That woman coming on the elder page, the elder apostle page, she's going off, man. That shows you she's not trying to be in order. Why? Because of this. Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 12. It reads, As for my people, children are their oppressors. Who? Esau, and women rule over them. Who gave you so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American women liberation to get abroad? Esau did. Okay. First he did these wicked women, the devil, the red women. Then he gave it to you. Okay? Again, first Isaiah 3 and 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors. That's why Job said in Job 30 and 1, they that are younger than I have me in derision. Why? Because they come out of Isaac. Okay? And the women rule over them. And my people, it said, oh my people, they which lead thee call thee to err and destroy the ways of thy paths. Because what did he do? He put the women over you, right? This is Jeremiah 31 and 22. And it reads, how long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall come past a man. This is not a good thing. The Lord put women over men because this is out of order. It's wickedness. Why? Because Eve sinned, but Adam letting her get away from him, man. Okay, so the Lord said, okay, I'm gonna put the women over you. It's an out of order thing, man. It's a marking thing, man. Okay, women should not be over us, man. Okay, let's go back. 1 Timothy 2 and 11. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to use of authority over the man, but to be in silence. This what the lady said. This what that devil said on the apostle page. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. She said Adam sinned first. But the scriptures say, read again, 1 Timothy 2 and 13. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. Didn't I just read that in 1 Corinthians 11 and 8? For the man is not of the woman, but the woman is of the man. And the man was not created for the woman, but the woman was created for the man. It's an order. It's simple. You getting all bent out of shape, coming on the elder apostle page, and you going off. And guess what? For them idle words, the Lord gonna jack you up for that. How he gonna do it? Ain't nobody gonna know but you, because you will never mention it. And guess what? Man, the Lord judge on small levels and big levels, man. Okay? He'll have your ass have a car accident, man. Ain't nobody gonna know it but you. You will never come on the comment board and say, I was wrong for coming on the apostle page and going off. You will never hear about it, man. But it's gonna happen. You can bet you can believe that. 1 Timothy 2 and 13, for Adam was first formed, then Eve. And Adam was not deceived, okay? And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgressions. That's scripture, man. But she's speaking out of what? Out of her heart, which is desperately and deceitfully wicked, desperately wicked and deceitful, man. Okay? The scriptures say Eve sinned first. Okay? That's why I did a lesson called You Evites, man. You're going off. You're continually going off. You so-called Negro, Latino, Native American women are continually going off. And I'm talking about you 2/3, man. Because guess what? The women that's part of the 1/3, the hopefully let women that's part of the 1/3, they ain't gonna go on like that because they understand and know what the scriptures say. They ain't gonna do it. Now, notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing if they continue in faith and charity and holiness and sobriety. What is holiness, man? Being humble, keeping your mouth shut, man. Right? When you go to let me read this. This is Ecclesiastes 26. What is it? Ecclesiastes 26 and verse 12. It reads this. No, not 26. Verse 14. A silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord, and there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed. A shamefaced and faithful woman is a double grace, and her continent mind cannot be valued. You can't value a silent and loving woman, man. You can't. As the scriptures say, man. But her that, hey, you give a woman liberty to gather abroad and they gonna be prideful. That's why lead me to this, man. Isaiah chapter 3. Hey, you two-third, you two-third women, you just wait till these things start happening, man. Isaiah 3 and verse 16. It reads, moreover, the Lord Yahweh said, because the daughters of Zion are haughty. You're haughty, man. And walk with stretched forth necks. Can't tell you nothing. And wanton eyes. Wanton eyes, man. We have female compact account, what they do, and they be looking at us, man. That's wanton eyes. How you with your man and you looking at other guys? That's wanton eyes, man. Okay? You will be destroyed for that. It say, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and missing as they go. Proud, man. And making and tinkling with their feet. Therefore, the Lord will smite, because of your proudness and your arrogancy. Therefore, the Lord will smite with the scab, the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion. And most ones that smite with this right here, this plague is you Judite, you Benjamite, and you Levite women, man. Okay? Because most of the northern kingdom women, they hell get long. I'm talking about real long. Therefore, the Lord will smite with the scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and the Lord Yahweh will discover their secret parts. What is that talking about? What's you women's secret parts? Talking about your private areas, man. He said he would discover thy secret parts. Listen to this. In the day, in that day, what day? Jacob's trouble, man. Okay? When the Lord will take away the bravery of thy tinkling ornaments about thy feet, and their cars and the round tiles like the moon. They're talking about all your different ornaments, man, that you put on your body, because our women was glorious in the ancient time, as they're going to be in the kingdom. All these things is going to be good, but the Lord said he's going to take these things away from you, which he has been doing. It reads, the chains and the bracelets and the mufflers, the bonnets and the ornaments of the legs and the headbands and the tablets and the earrings and the rings and the nose jewelry, the changeable suits of apparel. You ain't gonna have no more Gucci and Louis and Prada and none of this. Hey, even if you go to these simple stores, get you whatever you go get to these simple stores and buy your dresses, whatever you get, all these things is gonna be gone, man. It's a the chains, the bracelets, and the mufflers, the bonnets and the ornaments of the legs, and the headbands and the tablets and the earrings, the rings and nose jewelry, the changeable suits of apparel, and the mantles and the wimplers, and the crisping pins, the glasses, and the fine linen. You have none of this. When? Jacob trouble, man. Why? Because you are haughty and proud and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes. Go look the words up, man. It say, and the hoods and the veils, and it shall come to pass that instead of a sweet smell, there shall be stink. That's what the Lord say in verse 17. He will discover thy secret parts. What's your secret parts? Your private areas. Okay? Ain't gonna be no smell good in that day, man. Jiggle trouble. Hey, you better watch the movies like The Road, um, um, Bushwick, right? That movie called the Domestics. Watch that movie, The Domestics. Then you got What Happened to Monday. All these movies, man. Listen, and it shall come to pass that instead of a sweet smell, there shall be stink. Right? You ain't gonna smell good. You're gonna be no more perfumes and all these Dove soaps and all these Bath and Body Works and all these different places. These Victoria's Secrets. Ain't gonna be none of that, man. Ain't gonna be no more of that. It says instead of a sweet smell, there shall be a stink. And instead of a girdle, a rent. What is that talking about? Instead of a girdle, a rent. Meaning you're gonna be bloated, fat, your stomach gonna be hanging down, which a lot of these women out here right now, because they can't stop chasing Popeyes and KFC and all these fried spots, eating these fried foods, right? It say instead of a girdle, a rent. And instead of well set hair, baldness. That's why he said back in Isaiah 3:16, right? No, 17. Therefore, the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head. What's the crown of the woman's head? Come on, man. Okay, back in verse 24. And instead of a girdle, a rent, you're gonna be bloated and fat. And instead of well set hair, baldness. That's why the most ones out of 12 tribes of Israel who got the baldness is Judite, Benjamite, and Levite women. And instead of a stomacher, a girdering of sackcloth, right? And burning instead of beauty. Hey, you ain't gonna look too good, man. Okay? And verse 25 say, thy men shall fall by the sword. Okay, all your men, hey, they getting drafted. They already talking about right now about drafting your men. They say get them out of high school. And they said, and guess what? They're going to pass a law. The ones that got felonies, they're going to pass a law to put them to the side. And they go into the war because the Lord say, thy men shall fall by the sword and thy mighty men in the war. Okay? Talking about you 2/3 women, hey, your pride, man. You don't need no man. Guess what? The Lord going to take them. Verse 25, verse 26, and her gates shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall sit upon the ground. The Lord said, you women gonna sit on the ground in that day. Who did the Lord tell that? It tell you that in Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust over the daughter of Babylon. So you 2/3 women gonna be sitting on the ground just as your rulers is. Because what it said in Isaiah 3:12. Children are my oppressed, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. So since these devils gave you liberty to gather abroad, you're gonna sit on the ground with them. Okay, you're gonna have nothing. That's why Isaiah 4:1 come to play. Isaiah 4:1, and in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man. What kind of man? A spiritual man. Because all the other men gonna be dead or in the war. Ain't gonna be no more thugs and gangsters out here. They're gonna be dead. They're gonna be in the war. They're gonna die grievous deaths, man. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread. You're gonna cook. Ain't gonna be no more. Ain't gonna be no restaurant. You're gonna cook. We will, and it say, and wear our own apparel, right? You're gonna be humbled down, and you're gonna sew clothes, and you're gonna do what the Lord require of you. Only let us be called by thy name. Who name? The man name. What man? Them spiritual men. To take away our reproach. What reproach? Go look at Bushwick. Go look at the road. Go look at these movies when the women ain't gonna have no help, man. In that movie Bushwick, hey, them 2 chicks was with Batista, man. They protected him until he got killed, man. Okay, you women is gonna look for a spiritual man in that day. Why? Let's read it. This is Isaiah 32 and verse 2, and it reads, "And a man, what kind of man? A spiritual man shall be a hiding, and a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind." What wind? We're going to read it. "And a covered from the tempest, as rivers of waters in dry places, at the shadow of a great rock in a weary land." What kind of man? Spiritual man. From what wind? Let's read it. This is Jeremiah 51:1, and it reads, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them, that raise up against me a destroying wind." That's what kind of wind that the men of Israel, the elect men, is going to be a hiding place for you women's. Okay? You women, and 7 just mean completion, man. It means completion. It's going to be more than 7 women. Because guess what? Right now, what they call it, 7 to 10 women to every man. It may be more than that. I think it's like 10 to 12 women to every man. So guess what? When these little thugs and gangsters be dead, and the rest of them gonna go to the war, they're gonna be drafted and they're gonna die. What's gonna happen? You women gonna be looking for a spiritual man. All that proudness, I don't need a man, right? Let's get that. Isaiah 32. You women that talking about you don't need no man, you making $100,000 a year and you provide whatever. Guess what? That is finna shut down, man. Isaiah 32:9. "Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters." This is Yahweh speaking to you. "Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled." When? In Jacob's trouble. "You careless women, for the vintage shall fail, and the gathering shall not come." Go look up the word vintage. It said the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. What is the vintage? Your workplaces. You talking about, I'm making $100,000 a year. I don't need a man. Guess what? It's gonna be gone. The grinding shall cease. The doors shall be closed in the streets. You're going to lose your job. The vintage shall fail, your job. The gathering shall not come. What gathering? Your money, your habitat housing, your Section 8, your hood, your Social Security disability, your food stamps. They are going to be gone. What you're going to do? Let's read it. Verse 11. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare and gird sackcloth upon your loins. What's sackcloth? Hey, these government that we be in preaching, pushing the truth on the highways and byways, these are represented as sackcloth because these are garments of mourning. These other camps, what they wearing? Garments of joy. They in mirth right now. They got the fine garments on. We ain't in the land of captivity. We ain't in the land of joy and happiness. We're in the captivity. So you women, it say again, tremble ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare and gird sackcloth upon your loins. Why? You ain't gonna have these fine linens. I just read it to you in Isaiah 3rd chapter, man. He's gonna take away all that. Okay, all the fine linens, the changeable suits of apparel. It's gonna be gone. All you're gonna have is hand-me-downs. Like when you go to a thrift store, all you're gonna have is hand-me-downs. Why? Because of your pride. Okay? It say verse 12, they shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. What it said, they shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant field, for the fruitful vines. What is that talking about? I just read it. Isaiah 32 and 10. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, your jobs, all of them. The gathering shall not come. Ain't gonna be no more money. What you gonna do then? You're gonna go and seek a who? A spiritual man. Why? Because that's all gonna be left, man. That's why the Lord is building up his men right now for that time of trouble, man. This is 1 Corinthians 2 and 14, and it reads, the natural man receiveth not the things of the spirit of power, for they are foolishness unto him. Neither can he know them because they are spiritually discerned. But he that is spiritual judgeth all things, yet he himself is judged of no man. So you're going to be looking for a spiritual man in that day, okay? You're going to be looking for a spiritual man in that day, man. And the scripture tell you in Proverbs, it's to tell you that matter of fact, it said that let me read this. Let me find it. Let me find it real quick. Let me find it real quick. Salakia. I used to know it right off bat, but right. Proverbs 27. I ain't brought out in a minute. Proverbs 27:27. And this how you know Isaiah 4 and 1 gonna come into play when it says 7 women shall take hold of one man in that day. It come right after Isaiah 3, starting at verse 16 through 25. Right after that come Isaiah 4 and 1, man. This is Proverbs 27:27. This how you know this prophecy is going to play out in Jacob's trouble. Proverbs 27:27. It reads, and thou shalt have goat's milk enough for thy food, for the food of thy household, and for the maintenance of thy maidens. It's a maidens with an S. It's gonna be more than 7 women to one man. It's gonna be more. Because in that, it's already right now 10 to 12. It's already right now 10, 12 women to every man. So in Jacob trouble hit, ain't gonna be no men out here. Guess what? You're gonna seek a spiritual man in that day. Okay? Why? Because you have been haughty and wantonized and stretched forth next, man. And this is not the time for that. We're in the time of Jacob trouble. It's around the corner, man. The RFD getting pushed, wars and rumors of wars is happening, and you are bugging out, man. You are bugging out. Let's get back to the precepts. This is Sirach, Ecclesiastes, chapter let's read 23 and 26. And it reads, a wicked one. He's talking about a wicked woman. She shall leave her memory to be cursed, and her reproach shall not be blotted out, man. You coming on the apostle comment board spewing madness, man. The Lord gonna get you for that, man. Okay? Every idle word, man, you're gonna get jacked up for it, man. Okay? Why? She that live, hey, that's called living in pleasure, man. You're proud, you're haughty, you walk with stretched forth necks, man. You proud, man. You have took on the spirit of your father, the devil, man. And the lust of your father you will do. Okay? What does it say, Obadiah 1 and 3? The pride of thy heart have deceived thee. And you two-third so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American women had took on that same spirit, man. And you're gonna be destroyed for it. At least you repent, man. Again, Ecclesiastes 23 and 26. She shall leave her memory to be cursed, and her reproach shall not be blotted out. You reproach the elder page with madness, man, and you're gonna get punished for it. And you can believe that. It ain't gonna be on a small level, it's gonna be on a big level. But guess what? You may lose your job, you may have a car accident, something gonna happen to you, man, for that. This is 1 Timothy 5 and 6. And it reads, but she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. These things give in charge that they may be blameless. You're supposed to be blameless, man. Humble, quiet. It say, verse 9, let not a widow be taken in the number under 60 years old, having been wife of one man. Verse 10, well reported of for good works, if she have brought up children, if she have lodged strangers, if she have washed the saints' feet, if she have relieved the afflicted, if she have diligently followed every good work. You coming on the elder page, that's not good works, man. Verse 11, but the younger widows refuse, for when they have begun to wax wanton, man, against Hamashiach, they will marry. Listen, man, you waxing against the elder, man. You waxing against your how about Shemi Shai, man. Verse 12 say, having damnation. 1 Timothy 5 and 12. Having damnation because they have cast off their first faith. You ain't in order, man. You out of order. Okay? Verse 13, and whither they learn to be idle, man. What did the Lord say? Every idle word, you're going to be accounted for that, man. Okay? It say wandering about from house to house, and not only idle, but tattlers also, and busybodies, speaking things which they ought not. You ain't had no business coming on an elder comment board with that madness, man. Hey, you would have been better off coming on my comment board or another brother on the lower level in this truth. 6 months, whatever. Period. You shouldn't be coming on no man comment board with nothing. But my point is, you got a better chance of coming on another brother comment board than going to the apostle and elders, man. You bugged out, man. For real. Verse 14. 1 Timothy 5 and 14. I would therefore that the younger women marry, bear children, guide the house. That's your duties. Give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully. You were speaking reproachfully against the elder, man, and you're going to pay for it. Verse 15, for some are already turned aside after Satan. And that's you, man. You didn't already turn aside. Coming against the apostles and elders, man. You already turned aside. 1 Corinthians 14 and verse 35. And it reads, let your, matter of fact, 33, for power is not the author of confusion, and what you brought was confusion, but of peace, as in the churches of the saints. The saints are the men, okay? All Israelites as a whole is saints, but he's dealing with men, not you women. Proverbs 8 and 4, Ezekiel 34 and 31, Revelation 21 and 3. He's dealing with the men, not you women. 1 Corinthians 14 34. Let your women keep silence in the churches. Hey, On the apostle elder comment board, you got me and all on the comment board. Where 2 or 3 are gathered in Yahweh Bashim Hawashai name, that's where the church at, man. So you come on the comment board, you going off. Let your women keep silent in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak. And you know why you're going against this order? Because of your father, the devil. Okay? But they are commanded. It's a commanded. You women is not following this order. Why? Because these fried foods done bug your damn mind out, man. They done bug your mind out, man. But they are commanded to be under obedience, as also saith the law. It's a law. I read it to you in Genesis 3 and 16. Okay? And if they would learn anything, let them ask their husbands at home. If you don't got no husband at home to keep you in order, be quiet, man. Watch the comment board. Hey, go find your husband, man. That's in the truth. And if they would learn anything, let them ask their husband at home, for it is a shame for women to speak in the church. That's order, man. And if you ain't about order, then that means something wrong. Hey, like I always say, your cheese done slid off your cracker, man. Your meat done fell out your taco, man. Okay? You tripping. Ecclesiastes 5 and 1. Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of power, and be more ready to hear than to get a sacrifice of fools, man. You was talking a bunch of madness, man. For they consider not that they do evil. You think you doing good coming on the elder apostle page, man, spewing that madness? This is another cut too. This is Micah chapter 7 and verse 10. And that's why we don't tell you, listen, you ain't gonna learn, no way. You're gonna get knowledge, you're gonna get enough to get salvation. That's your job. You're supposed to be at the house, man, humbly watching. If you watching, watch and be quiet, man. So you gonna say shalom? That's good. Be quiet, man. Micah 7:10. Then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which say unto me, where is the Lord Yahweh thy power? My eyes shall behold her. Now she shall be trodden down as the mire of the streets. I read it to you in Isaiah 3, 16 through 25. Okay, Isaiah 32, 9 through 12. You're going to be trodden down. Why? Because of your wanton eyes, your haughty and stretched forth necks, man. Okay, your arrogancy, man. This is let me see. This is Micah. Was it 5? Is it 7 and this is Micah 7 and 5, right? It reads, trust ye not in a friend, put ye not confidence in a guide. Keep the doors of thy mouth from her that lieth in thy bosom. That's why you can't, these women, hey, they get beside themselves, they learn a couple scriptures, and they think, you don't know nothing, man. The Lord is not dealing with you, man. Okay? You're supposed to be humble. And brothers try to tell you humbly, man, and not try to cuss and flip out or use rude speech. Because they know such thing as cursing. That's this westernized civilization madness. But you're supposed to be humble, man. This let me get this. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 28. And that's why you women should be humble, man. Because you don't know if you of the salvation. You don't know if you of the elect. This is Ecclesiastes 7 and 28. And it reads. No, verse 26. It reads. And I find more bitter than death the woman. Read again. Ecclesiastes 7 and 26. And I find more bitter. Matter of fact, let me read 25 so you understand where Solomon was coming from. I apply my heart to know and to search and to seek out wisdom and the reason of things and to know the wickedness of folly, even of foolishness and madness. Verse 26. I find more bitter than death the woman. Solomon said he find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, meaning traps. Okay, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleaseth power shall escape from her. Why you think Apostle Paul said he would that if every man would not deal with a woman, man? Okay, why? Because their hands are bands and they are snares and nets, man. 2/3 I'm talking about. Again, and I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whosoever pleaseth power shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. Behold, this have I found, saith the preacher, count one by one, to find out the account, which yet my soul seeketh, but I find not. One man among 1,000 have I found, but a woman among all those have I not found. Okay? Listen, man. You better get in order, man, and get in line, man. And this is the Lord of Lord, man. And that shows right there that you really don't believe the Lord, man. Okay? What the scriptures say? He that believeth on me, as the scriptures have said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. You women don't really believe these scriptures, man. Okay? Why? Because you have been deceived by your father, the devil, who control these churches and these pastors go get these 501c3 charter doctrines, okay? These theological seminaries, and they come out, and you already done been given liberty to gather abroad. So now you just all out, man. This is our Proverbs 14:1. And it reads, every wise woman buildeth her house, but the foolish pluck it down with her hands. That's why the scriptures say, hey, the man say he rather dwell on the housetop, man, than in the house with a brawling woman, man. Why? Because you, again, Proverbs 14:1. Every wise woman buildeth her house, but the foolish pluck it down with her hands, man. Why? Because you want to be head of the house, man. Oh, you telling the dude, oh, I make more than you. Well, then I should take on, I don't really need you. That's you plucking it down, man. Why? Because of your pride. Because you make more money. Because you ride a better car. Because you in the office. You make it. Hey, listen, man. You women is out of order, man. This is Proverbs 12:4. A virtuous woman is a crown to her husband, but she that maketh ashamed is as rottenness in his bones, man. Con. They should. Yeah, that's a straight up bug out. Come against a con, man. A straight up bug out, man. This is Proverbs 22:14. And it reads, the mouth of a strange woman is a deep pit. And that's what she had, man. He that is abhorred of the Lord shall fall therein. Okay? The mouth of a strange woman is a deep pit, man. He that is abhorred of the Lord shall fall therein. And what the Lord say, he give a wicked woman to a wicked man. Okay? And that's how the Lord work, man. This is Proverbs 23:27. It reads, for a whore is a deep ditch, and a strange woman is a narrow pit, which going into philosophers. It's going to philosophers. That's talking about philosophy right there. So let's get you got let me get Proverbs 9:13. It reads this. A foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and knoweth nothing, man. Okay? This is Job 39:17. And you women ought to just be humbled down, man. Brother be saying this humbly to you women, but you just won't be quiet, man. Because power have deprived her of wisdom, neither have he imparted to her understanding. And that go into you can't get salvation, man. Okay? They tell you when even Paul said that you know a woman through the husband through the woman. But let's say you is the one in your household to wake your husband up to the truth because he didn't know. Where did you learn from? You learned from another man. You didn't learn it yourself. Okay? You women need to just humble down, man. This is let's get Sirach 25. And it reads, give me, this is Sirach 25:13. Give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman. Why, man? Because they are just bugged out, man. This is verse 17. The wickedness of a woman changeth her face and darken her countenance like sackcloth. Her husband shall sit among his neighbors, and when he heareth it, shall sigh bitterly. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. And that's how it is, man. Okay? This is verse 22. It's Sirach 25 and 22. A woman, if she maintain her husband, is full of anger, impudent, and much reproach, man. Listen, man, a wicked woman obeyeth the courage, making a heavy countenance and a wounded heart. A woman that will not comfort her husband in distress, making weak hands and feeble knees, man. Verse 24, of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. Hold on, hold on. Let's go back. First Timothy chapter 2 and 13. And it reads, for Adam was first formed, then Eve. Verse 14, and Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in a transgression. So who sinned first? Going back again, Ecclesiastes 25 and 24. Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. And that's what Esau did by giving you women's liberation. He gave you liberty to gad abroad, man. If she go not as thou wouldst have her, cut her off from thy flesh and give her a bill of divorce and let her go, man. Okay. Now let me read this. This is Luke chapter 11, verse 27, which is a precept I love to read. Now this woman came to Yahushua, right? Listen to what Yahushua told this woman. This is Luke 11:27. And it came to pass as he spake these things. This is Yahushua. A certain woman of the company lifted up her voice and said unto him, blessed is the womb that bare thee. She talking about his mother Mary, right? Blessed is the womb that bare thee, and the paps which thou hast sucked, right? Listen to what Yahushua told this woman. But he said, yeah, rather, blessed are they that hear the word of power and keep it. If you heard this word, why the hell is you on the apostle page spewing madness, man? If you heard this word, read this again, man. Luke 11 and 28. But he said, let me read 27. And it came to pass as he spake these things, a certain woman of the company lifted up her voice and said unto him, blessed is the womb that bare thee, and the paps which thou hast sucked. But he said, yeah, rather, blessed are they that hear the words of power and keep it. He cut him like, hey, you don't know what you're talking about. Basically told her, what you talking about, bless my mother? She don't got nothing to do with this. And that go for you people, you queen of heaven worshipers, man. Okay? When you read Jeremiah 44, man, you women that bake cakes to the queen of heaven, man. The Lord just told you right here, he said, yeah, rather blessed are they that hear the word of power and keep it. You've been hearing the word of the Lord, man. Be in silence. Be submissive. Right? But you're doing what? Being wicked, man. And you're going to have to be judged for that. This is Matthew chapter 12 and verse 46. This is another one. And this is Mary. This is got something to do with his mother herself, man. Matthew 12 and 46. And it reads, while he yet talked to the people, behold, his mother and his brethren stood without, desiring to speak with him. Then one said unto him, behold, Thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to speak with thee. But he answered and said unto him that told him, Who is my mother, and who are my brethren? And he stretched forth his hand towards his disciple and said, Behold, my mother and my brethren, for whosoever shall do the will of my Father which is in heaven, the same is my brother and sister and mother. So to that chick that came on the apostle comment board, what's the will of the Lord? For you to be quiet, humble down, and chill, man. You're not doing the will of the Lord, man. Why? Because you have a demon in you, man. A legion. You have multiple. 7,000, or however many it is, man. You have a lot of demons in you, man. Okay? You're going back and forth. And it's not just you, it's many of you women out there, man. Okay? This is Proverbs 30 and 20. And you know why you like that? I'm gonna tell you why you like that. Hey, I'm giving you the straight skinny, man. Like the elder saying in Louisiana, man. This is Proverbs 30 and 20. And this is the straight skinny, man. This is straight facts. Proverbs chapter 30, verse 20. This is why you women is bugged out. Such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I have done no wickedness. What's that talking about? Read again. I don't even know the broad. But guess what? Such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I have done no wrong. Who she and I have done no wickedness. It says she eateth. Eateth what? And wipeth her mouth. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I have done no wickedness. So you go out and trick, right? You go get on rods, sucking rods, whatever you're doing, and you go back home and tell your man, you wiping your mouth. I have your husband asks, where you been at? Well, I've been hanging out with the homegirls. We went out to eat. You know, we went and hit the little club, but we went out to go eat, had a few drinks, came back home. No, you eateth and wipeth your mouth, and you come back home and tell your husband, I have done no wickedness. Okay? You women is full of other men's, man. Okay? I don't know if you know, but when you go look it up, man, when you take on other men's seed, man, you have different men's in you, man, and they last in you for years, man. So you got the spirit of them men on you, and that makes you bugged out, man. Now let's read a precept to that verse I just read. Read again before I get the precept. Proverbs 30 and 20. Such is the weight of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, you women know what that means. I don't got to break that down. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I have done no wickedness. What are you doing? You ain't eating cucumbers and pickles. What you doing? You eateth and wipeth your mouth and say you have done no wickedness. It says such is the way of an adulterous woman, man. You do the math. It don't need no breaking down. Now let's go to the precept, which is in Ecclesiasticus. Let's read it. It's Ecclesiasticus 26 and verse 12. Listen to this, man. This show you how these scriptures link together. This is Ecclesiasticus 26 and 12. Listen to this. I just read to you Proverbs 30 and 20. This is such as the way of adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I have done no wickedness. Ecclesiasticus 26 and 12. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler. What is that talking about? We know what they're talking about. Come on, we know what they're talking about. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he have found a fountain and drink of every water near her. What is that? She's slobbing everywhere, everywhere. The adulterous woman. By every hedge will she sit down. What are they talking about? And open her quiver. What's woman's quiver? Her private, her secret part. The Lord said he will discover. And open her quiver against every arrow, against every rod. Why? Because she's an adulterous woman and she's a trickazoid. Okay? What they call today a thought, whatever. This is the way of adulterous woman, man. And you women got these spirits on you because you have been dealing with men after men after men. Okay? We in captivity, but guess what? That's why the Lord giving you time to humble down, man. Right. Nasty madness. Right. The Lord giving you time, man. You got a grace period to come out of that, man, and humble down. Destruction is coming. And you women, you prideful women, you're gonna be destroyed, man. Why you got yet liberty? Matter of fact, this is Second Ezra, chapter 9, and verse 10. And it reads, Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they have cast them away despitefully, shall dwell in torments. You don't want this, man. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me. The Lord giving you the truth humbly. We have apostles and elders giving us the truth, man. And what are you doing? You're despitefully throwing it away, man. Because you want to sing deep. Because you want to be some prophetess, man. Ain't no damn prophetess, man. It say, for such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me. And they that have loathed my law. It say, loathed my law. What's the Lord's law? For you to be in silence. It's in the law. While they had yet liberty, the Lord giving you the grace period. And when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. The same must know it after death by pain. And that's your judgment. Why? Because she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. And that's your judgment. You got to pay for all that back talk you was doing to the elder. You're going to have to pay for that, man. You're going to have to pay for it. Going back to this, man. Sirach 26. Let's read this. Blessed, Sirach 26 and 1. Blessed is the man that have a virtuous wife, for the number of his days shall be doubled. A virtuous woman rejoiceth her husband, and she shall fulfill the years of his life in peace. A good wife is a good portion, which shall be given in the portion of them that fear the Lord. Hey, so you know you bugged out. Whether a man be rich or poor, if he have a good heart toward the Lord, he shall at all times rejoice with a cheerful countenance. Listen, man. Verse 7. An evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro. He that have hold of her is as though he held a scorpion. A drunken woman and a gatherer abroad cause of great anger, and she will not cover her own shame. No, you on the elder comment board, you on the apostle comment page, comment board going off, man. For what? For what? Because you want to be seen? Because you want to be heard? Verse 9, the whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids. I read that to you in Isaiah 3, starting at verse 16 through 25. Listen to this. If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty. See? And what did Esau give you? He gave women's liberation, man. First to the red women, right? To the wicked women. Then he gave it to you, you so-called Negro, Latino, Native American women. Okay, read this again. I'm going to make a point. Ecclesiastes 26 and 10. If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty. Now, let's break this down. If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly. What happened in ancient time when your daughter got her period? Okay? After a process of time, after a woman get her period, what did the father have to do? Marry her off to a righteous man. Because of why? If you don't, what's she gonna do? Women get hot when they have that period, man. Okay? They get in flames. So you got to marry them off. Otherwise, what's going to happen? She going to come back with a baby, or she going to be a harlot, a whore. What did the Lord saying? What is that? Deuteronomy 23. There shall be no whores in the daughters of Israel. Right? What's she going to do if you don't marry her off when she get her period at a marriageable age? She's going to go off and do what? Read again. If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself. Through what? Having sex when she don't supposed to. Because the father always married the daughter off to a righteous man, right? It say, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty. And that's what Esau done gave you. Gave you liberty to get abroad, man. That's why you women are out of order, man. Okay? You women are out of order, man. Verse 13, the grace of a wife, delight of her husband, and her discretion will fatten his bones. Why? Because it's a beautiful thing to see a humble wife, man. Hey, even these Indian women, when you look at the Indian women, they got their heads wrapped up. Some of them, you can't, only thing you can see is their eyes, man. Okay? And if they pass another man when they with their husband, they looking down to the ground, man. I done seen it numerous of times, man. They don't even look up. That's how you women was in ancient time, man. And that's how you're going to be in the kingdom, man. Okay? Going back, it say Ecclesiastes 26 and verse 13, the grace of a wife, the light of her husband, and her discretion will fatten his bones. A silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord, and there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed, man. A shamefaced and faithful woman is a double grace, and her continent mind cannot be valued, man. And it say, as the sun when it arises in the high heaven, so is the beauty of a good wife in the ordering of her house, man. That's where you're supposed to be at. Listen, man, it's not rocket science, man. Reads again, Ecclesiastes 26 and 23. A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man. Okay? But a goodly woman is given to him that feareth the Lord, man. A dishonest woman contempteth shame, but an honest woman will reverence her husband. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog, man. You know, hey, this the Lord talking. It ain't me. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog, but she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord. And that woman don't got no fear of the Lord, man, because she wouldn't have came on the elder comment board, the elder apostle comment board, talking that madness, man. They think it's fashion. That's why they look bugged out. Hey, it is what it is. It's Proverbs 6 and 24 to keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattering of the tongue of a strange woman. Well, that's talking about philosophies. That's why I got all them precepts. That's talking about philosophies right there. That ain't talking about a literal woman. That's talking about philosophies. Let's go to let's get this in First Timothy 2 and 12. Let's read that. Which I think I already read though. Read again. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to use of authority over the man, but to be in silence. So, I ain't want to keep going making this too long, man. But it just me seeing that, man, it started bothering me. The elders and the apostles, all the other elders, they, they can handle all these things, man. But I just seen it and it just bothered me. So, you know, this is Proverbs 21 and 9. It is better to dwell in a corner of the housetop than with a brawling woman in a wide house, right? And this is verse 19. It is better to dwell in the wilderness than with a contentious and angry woman. Okay, so man, you can't. Hey, that's why Paul said, you know, he wished that all men could be like him and not deal with women, man. Because if you don't got one that fear the Lord, man, they're gonna be out of line. They're gonna be out of line, man. Okay. And what did Solomon say, man? What did Solomon say? Ecclesiastes 7:26, man. And I find more bitter than death the woman. And I find more bitter than death the woman, man. Do you understand what that mean, man? And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands, all traps, man. Traps, traps, traps. Whoso pleases with power shall escape from her. And it's also going to philosophy too, man. But the sinner shall be taken by her. It's also talking about philosophy too, but it's also talking about a woman. Because he said it. Verse 27. Behold, this I have found, saith the preacher. Count one by one to find out the account. This is Solomon, right? Which it say, which yet my soul seeketh, but I find not. One man among 1,000 have I found, but a woman among all those have I not found. Now, how you know that's Solomon talking about his women? Right here, man. This is First Kings 11:1. And it reads, but King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughters of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Zidonians, and Hittites, of the nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel, ye shall not go in unto them, neither shall they come in unto you, for surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. Solomon clave unto these in love. The point I want to read that is it says Solomon had, let me see, verse 3, and he had 700 wives, princesses of who? You so-called Negro, Latino, Native American women, and 300 concubines, and his wives turned away his heart. Right? So it says Solomon had 700 wives, princesses. What does Isaiah 4:1 say? In that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man. That number 7 is completion, man. It could be 700 women, just like Solomon had. Hey, because right now it's 10 to 12 women to every man. So when Jigga Trouble kick off, and these men gonna be, hey, when you watch that movie on, what's that movie? Training Day. Hey, when he had got the guy on the PCP and he was stoned out, and they were driving, and they saw the little the Northern Kingdom girl about to get raped by the 2 bombs. What happened? She was finna get raped, man. That's gonna be you women in Jigga Trouble. You gonna. That's why I say in Isaiah 4:1, read again. Isaiah 4:1, and in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. And it said, only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. What reproach? Nigga, men gonna be chasing your ass to rape you. Okay, and they're gonna rape you. And you women like to get banged up, like to get doubled up, 3, 4 men, you're gonna get banged up in that day until you die. You're gonna bleed to the death. That's gonna be your reproach. Famine gonna be happening. That's gonna be a reproach. Okay? Thrown in concentration camps and martial law. Look what's going on to the Northern Kingdom right now. They throwing them in detention centers. And those are FEMA camps, by the way. Look what's going on to the Northern Kingdom. And the Lord's showing you other Northern Kingdom women out there and you Southern Kingdom women what's going on right now to the Northern Kingdom women that's getting thrown in concentration camps because they coming across the border or whatever. Okay? And they even took some from Mississippi. Out the plants in Mississippi, man. They said over 700. They took them and threw them in concentration camps, man. Okay? Listen, man. That's gonna be your approach in that day. Why? For being haughty and stretched forth necks, man. Okay? Walking in missions as you go. Because the Lord is finna judge you, man. And this is let me get this. This is Deuteronomy. I think it's 23 if I'm mistaken. Deuteronomy. Let me see. Matter of fact, let me get this sword out real quick. Let's see, real quick. So lock you. This is Deuteronomy, 23:17. There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel. Listen, man. And you women got them spirits on you, man. Okay? Men bugged out too, but this is about you women, man. You women is going off. And if you don't get order, you're gonna be destroyed. And I'm gonna close with these two precepts. This is Micah, again, chapter 7 and verse 10. Hey, this is cold, man. Then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which saith unto me, where is the Lord Yahweh thy power? My eyes shall behold her. Now she shall be trodden out as the mire of the streets, dirt, mud, clay of the streets. And she say, where is the Lord thy power? Because you really don't believe in the Lord, man. You really don't believe, man. Here you got this bug out calling on the name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and his son Yahweh Shai, but you talking against the elder, man. Hey, and it says, she that is my enemy. What the Lord say in Luke 19 and 27? But those, my enemies, which will not that I shall reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me. You don't want your Yahweh to reign over you because you coming up against the elder, man. What was I finna get? Um, oh, 1 Timothy 5 and 17, man. Let the elders that rule well be counted worthy of double honors, especially they who labor in the word and doctrine. What the hell is you doing, man? What the hell is you women doing, man? That's not trying to go back to being virtual, man. Okay? Like I said, what is that? Proverbs 31 and 10. Who can find a virtuous woman? You're supposed to be trying to reverse and go back to being a virtuous woman to the best you can be, man. This is Judges 5 and 11, man. We are rehearsing the righteous acts of the Lord in the places of drawing water. Babylon the Great, man, and all the islands of the sea, man. Captivity, man. Okay? You're supposed to try your best to be a virtuous woman, man. That's what you women supposed to be trying to do. Us men supposed to be trying to go back to the ways of our forefathers, the righteous ones, man. The Jobs and Michaels and Matthews and Pauls and Johns and Peters and Jeremiah's, man. And Zacharias and Obadiah's. This is what we're supposed to be doing, man. What does Job 8 and 8 say, man? Search out the ways of thy fathers, man. You women supposed to be trying the best of your ability to become Sarahites, man. Sarah called Abraham Lord, man. As the scriptures say. Is you women saying it to your men? Is you calling them Lord? Is you even saying sir? You women so proud, you won't give your man no respect, man. Okay? You women supposed to be reversing. Just as the men reversing, going back to their forefathers, the righteous. Okay? Hey, this is hey, you supposed to be giving double honors. Not coming on the apostle hell to come at boy, spirit madness, man. This is Ezekiel. This is Ezekiel 18 and 20. Because this fitting you at the moment. The soul that sinneth, it shall die. And you going against the law. You're being silent. So that's death for you, man. At least you repent. The soul that sinneth, it shall die. The son shall not bear the iniquity of the father, neither shall the father bear the iniquity of the son. The righteousness of the righteous shall be upon him, and the wickedness of the wicked shall be upon him. Listen, you breaking the laws of the Lord, man. So that's death. Don't you know that's death? And the Lord doeth judge every day, man. This is Deuteronomy 24 and 16. And it reads, the fathers shall not be put to death for the children, neither shall the children be put to death for the fathers. Every man shall be put to death for his own sin. Oh, the water Yahweh Shem Awashai. I got a good precept for you too. And this is for you coming on the elder coming board, the elder apostle. This for you right here. This is let me see. This is hey, this is a good one for you right here. This is Ezekiel chapter 16 and verse 44. Listen up. Hey, if you ain't listening, it don't even matter. But this is for you. Ezekiel 16 and 44. Behold, everyone that useth proverbs shall use this proverb against thee, saying, as is the mother, so is her daughter. Okay? Because it's been passed down from one generation to another, man. Okay? What did the Lord say? Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he get old, he will not depart from it. Again, Ezekiel 16 and 44. Behold, everyone that useth proverbs shall use this proverb against thee, saying, as is the mother, so is her daughter. Oh, and another precept. Oh man. This is went right to it too. This is Sirach 23 and 22. Thus shall it go also with the wife that leaveth her husband, and bringeth in heir by another. Listen to this, 'cause this is cold. Again, Sirach 23 and 22. Thus shall it go also with the wife that leaveth her husband, and bringeth in an heir by another. It said, for first, she have disobeyed the law of the Most High, and secondly, she have trespassed against her own husband, and thirdly, she have played the whore in adultery, and brought children by another man. She shall be brought out into the congregation, and inquisition shall be made of her children. Her children shall not take root, and her branches shall bring forth no fruit. She shall leave her memory to be cursed, and her reproach shall not be blotted out. Okay? Listen, man. You women better get in order, man. Jacob trouble coming. Isaiah 4:1 finna play out. What you gonna do? Hey, as I read to you, Proverbs 27:27, a man shall have enough milk and enough food for his household and his maidens. And if you ain't one of those maidens, guess what? You're bringing forth wicked kids, right? Hey, which we in captivity, so ain't nobody perfect. That's why we rehearsing the righteous acts of the Lord. But to be coming up on the elder deposit coming board, you going off. So all these fit to you. She that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. Hey, so with that, give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Bahashim Kakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well, who teach well. In a sincere salutation to all the argument, pushing the truth and believing the truth through four winds of the earth, the entire world, waking up the hopeful elect. Shalom to the Akwa who are listening and learning. The few sisters who are listening and learning. Hey, listen, Adam Nana, listen. Are you a brother or a sister? That's what I want to ask you. Are you a brother or a sister? Adam Nana, are you a brother or a sister? Because I'm just curious. If you can answer that before I close out. Brother from Ghana. All right, Khan. All right. All right, the water for that art. So with that, hey, I'm gonna read your precept too. This is Ezekiel 43 and 9. Let me read this and close out on this. It reads, now let them put away their whoredom and the carcasses of their kings far from me, and I will dwell in the midst of them forever. Right, Con. Hey, so Lord willing to edifying. Hey, until next time, the water for everybody on the comment board putting up precepts. Hey, tuning in. Until next time, Shalom.